So now we come to this segment of the show, which is the Ask Me Anything, where I answer the questions that you leave below. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave a question below. You can write a question into us. Recently, I got a question about the elements that I wanted to answer. So if you're new here, welcome. I want to answer your questions about astrology so that you can engage with this gorgeous, beautiful, ancient tradition in a really practical way. This week's question is about the elements. What are they? Why should I care? So we've got 4 elements in astrology. We've got air, fire, water, and earth. Now, certain planets do better in certain elements. That's kind of like level 1. Actually, level 1 is really what are the meanings of the elements? How do they self-express? So earth is very practical. Any planet that is in an earth sign is wanting to do something that is practical and productive and realistic. It's earth. We want to be able to get our hands dirty and do something in a way that's going to shape the thing that we're working on in real time. So earth signs tend to be a little bit more reality focused and centric. It's not about fantasy and it's not about the concept of something. It's about what can I actually do with this? So if you have a planet or your ascendant or your midheaven in earth, that's the part of you, or anything in an earth sign, that's where you want to focus on doing things that are super practical. So say your Venus is in an earth sign, then you want to show your love and affection, most likely in really practical, productive ways. You'll probably get noticed or get attention for the ways in which you're able to be consistent and reliable. Earth signs tend to be consistent, hardworking, reliable, productive, practical, and based in a kind of constructive reality. What can we do with what we've got right now? There's other parts of us that want to do future things. There's other parts of us that know all the other things. But the earth element, planets and points in earth signs know how to manifest something through consistency and application of effort. It's really simple, but I think the hardest thing to do for humans is to be consistent. And earth signs know everyday practical consistency. And anything in an earth sign in your chart is where you can lean into that wisdom and manifest so much. And then we've got water. The water element is connective. It is receptive. It is reflective. It is feeling, of course, right? It is deep emotions. It is history. It is memory, and it is mystery. When you have planets or points in water, these are the places that, yes, are going to make you way more emo and sensy. And they're also the parts that are going to be really alluring to other people, because anything in a water sign, again, is not going to give everything up right away. Water signs move in ways that are a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more ethereal in a way, or a little bit more silent. Water signs aren't loud. Fire signs are loud. Water signs are like the water. It's not like there's no noise, but there is a way in which there's a soothing quality to them. So there's a lot about care and nurturance and compassion and understanding the depth of feeling. So anything that you've got in a water sign in your chart is where you're going to connect to people in the one place that people want to be connected to. People want to know that you feel them, that you understand how they feel. It is the superpower of water signs, is my ability to listen to you and receive you and reflect you. Water is porous, right? It can receive, and it also shimmers and shines and reflects. It is our first, mirror in the natural world. So for my ability to listen to you, feel you, reflect you back to yourself is going to be a major point of connection, and that is the power of water. Fire signs are flashy and they are loud and they get attention. They are startling. They are creative. They are inspired and they take action. Fire signs need to take action. So anything that you've got in a fire sign, that's where you need to move into action. That's where you need to be able to catapult yourself at a moment's notice because you're inspired to do so. And it is the very act of creation. We could say like all life starts in water. It starts in the waters of the womb. And that is very true. So there's a lot about the life-giving principle of water. And of course, anything that comes into physical form is earth. But the creative spark that moves through all of life is fire. And it is anything we've got in a fire sign is like the part of us that just knows how to move with the, I've got an idea, I'm going to go, right? It is the being inspired in spirit. And so fire signs need to be free. They just need to move. They need to be free. They need to be loud. They need to get attention. They need to not be shamed for it. It is the superpower of the fire sign. I think because we live in a society that loves extroversion. I don't have to really go into this or over explain it because we all know like extroverts and people that are really good at performing get all the accolades and the attention. They also get all the grief and they get built up and they get taken down. And it's like that theater that humans love and that, again, social media makes even into a bigger circus than it's ever been or needs to ever be. But we know that the people that get our attention and they get power and they get money and they get taken down and they get grief and they get all of it, right? But that's the fire. That's the fire in somebody's chart, or that's the fire of the spirit. And then air is about communication. It is what I'm doing right now. It's the talking. It's the conceptualization. It's the ability to think through things. It's the ability to understand the segments of information and to be able to categorize things and to be able to understand what the structure of something is, to be able to organize it, to be able to illuminate it through words, through how we construct our ideas. It is the ability to connect to others because of how we articulate something. You know those people you listen to and you're like, wow, you are so smart. It's not necessarily that they get you on the feeling level. It's not even necessarily that they're moving you creatively or because of their creativity. It's that they are able to take in all the information, compute it all, integrate it all, and then give it back to you in the exact way that you need it in order to understand it. Any brilliant teacher is going to be able to do this. So the magic of air is our ability to articulate. It's our ability to gossip. It's our ability to make a meme. It's our ability to write a thesis. It's our ability to have the perfect clapback. It's our ability to have the exact right words. It's our ability to be clear thinking and concise so that people get the information that they need. And that is the beauty of an air sign. So most of us, well, all of us have every sign in our chart, right? We are all the elements, all the signs. It's just that we have an emphasis on certain signs and certain elements in our chart because of where the planets were when we were born. So pull up your chart in the CHANI app and just take a look and see like how many fire signs do I have? How many air signs? How many water signs? How many earth signs? The fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sag. The earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And just go through and see like, what do I have the most of? What do I have the least of? And most of you will be like kind of a balanced mix of all of them. And so then you can go in and really understand like, oh, well, where am I creatively most connected? Where am I emotionally most connected? Or where am I able to like build in a really real way? How am I able to manifest? How am I able to articulate myself? And just kind of like notice like what planets are doing that element for you. And then of course your big three are super important: your sun, your moon, and your rising. What elements are they? And if you have like a dominant element, then you'll kind of notice, yeah, I do have that. I do lead with that thing. And then to note that like water and earth are buddies and air and fire are buddies. And then the way the others mix can be always interesting. There's always a relation, there's always something we can talk about the mix of like water and fire. It makes steam. Water does put fire out, but it doesn't have to be that only. And then like earth and air, yeah, it can create a dust bowl, but we also need the soul and the soil to be aerated, right? So there's different ways that these things go together, but obviously like earth and water are a gorgeous combo because the earth, when it can receive the water can nourish the earth, and the two things go together. Fire needs air. So the fan that feeds the flames kind of vibe. So you'll notice when those combos are happening in your chart or in your relationships, they feel maybe a little easier than the other ones, but the other ones are still interesting. It's all about how it goes together in our weird, human, flawed, gorgeous form.